Welcome back. It's Andrew, your crypto guy on the internet. Man, do we have a lot to cover. What a month November was. Now I know the last couple of videos, I'm fired out of a cannon right away. And I go, here's our anchored VWAP targets, and here's what I think was going to happen, and we're in the fourth quarter finale, and I'm bullish as hell, and then the next day we get rinsed. And then anytime we get any kind of glimmer of hope, we get rinsed all over again. And I only pop in here once a month on YouTube, but I'm on Instagram every day. So I don't want you to watch my video, blindly follow it, and get absolutely wrecked if it's one of the months where it doesn't work out. I trade every day, and I want you to be with me so you don't get left behind or... Like, I switched to shorts, like, right away. But if you weren't there to see that, maybe you got destroyed, and now you're leaving crypto and you don't know what to do. So follow me on Instagram, CryptoGuyOTI. I post there every day. Now you're going to see some memes and some conspiracies and stories and pro-Christianity every once in a while, and that offends some of you. I can tell by the likes and the dislikes. I'm still going to say God bless you all. I don't care if it makes some of you writhe in pain, you little demons. But for the rest of you, it's good content. And if I see a trade that I like, I post it on there. Or if I post a video on YouTube and I'm bullish, the next day we get smashed and I got to reassess and I have a new strategy that does work the second time around because, hey, you can't predict everything. On Instagram, you'll see it. I'll show you what I'm doing. We can talk directly, too, if you want. If you got ideas, we can share ideas with each other as they come to us. It's fun. Bitcoin is under a coordinated attack, and I don't want to sound like one of those influencers that just says anytime the price goes down, it's manipulation, because it's not always. But last night, to start off December, we got yellow X's in clumps on everything. Now, the beauty of Market Cipher A, gives you these yellow X's. That's artificial suppression of the price. Now, this happened on everything. So let me scroll back to Sunday night. All right, you see these yellow X's? Normal price action is going up and down, up and down, up and down, down. And then you have these yellow X's where you get forced pushed down, and that can cause a cascading effect of fear or real selling. And then once the manipulation lets off, the price tries to climb back to where it was before it got messed with. And then we just get pushed down again, over and over. And this is happening on everything. Even Binance Coin. Look at that. That's insane. Sunday, 5:01 p.m. As soon as the market closed and a new day began, is really what happened. Is a new day, boom, everything hit on every coin. Ethereum was looking nice and strong. Same pattern. Boom, 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 boom. We all just got manipulated down. So the weekly anchored VWAP or the monthly anchored VWAP retest, which was looking super bullish. Bitcoin had a nice 5-day SMA pushing upward. I don't have it on here anymore, but it looked like we were going to retest 94, 95 with ease, and then maybe look for a little scalp short or something. But then we got majorly rinsed, and now we're trying to reassess what to do. But there's something that before I go into trades and stuff, there's something that they tried to sneak through that I noticed, and it's big. Well. Look who snuck in while we were all on fire. Vanguard will finally allow its customers to buy crypto ETFs. Now, if you didn't know, Vanguard manages $11 trillion, most of which is people's retirement accounts. These are very serious people whose only goal is making money. Vanguard doesn't want to cure cancer or put a man on Mars or fight for equality. They've never planted a single tree. They only make money. Now, Vanguard rivals BlackRock in size and power. And a few years ago, when BlackRock jumped in to Bitcoin ETFs and everybody else followed, Vanguard said no. Crypto is nonsense. We will never let our customers engage in such folly. The Bitcoin price rallied from 30,000 to 125,000. Every day, Mr. Vanguard still said no. Fast forward to last night. We get this coordinated attack, manipulation across the entire crypto market. Every coin is pushed to the depths. Bitcoin is down 36%. People are giving up. It's over. We're doomed. Then, a breeze. The morning sun glints off a Rolls-Royce Phantom. A palace on wheels, nay, a silent fortress, arrives to decide the fate of billions. 2 servants are at its rear door. One opens it with a gloved hand. A man steps out, straightening his Valentino suit, checking his Patek Philippe watch. "Good morning, Mr. Vanguard," says the other servant. "Here's the chart you requested." She hands him an iPad, and on it is the Bitcoin chart. This Bitcoin chart. "Okay, buy it." "Sir?" "Ethereum, Solana, XRP, too. Tell everybody to buy it now." Yes, sir. We'll put it on Bloomberg and Yahoo and everyone else." Mr. Vanguard takes an embroidered handkerchief from his coat pocket, dabbing his hands because he touched an iPad like a common pore. Ugh, good. He nods past the servants. The Phantom's door opens silently. He gets back inside. The door shuts behind him with an automated whisper, and with a wave of his hand, the fortress glides away into the sunset. And that's it. That's exactly what happened. Vanguard isn't an office of Wall Street goons. That's what they want you to think. It's a faceless power that arrives at critical moments to say yes or no, and the world bends accordingly. So we got the green light. Now, will this headline help your trade today? No. Should you long everything right now? No. Just understand that our story is not over. Mr. Vanguard isn't some whale gambler. They only buy what they can control. Vanguard only buys what they trust. Crypto is here to stay. Now, I went over what Vanguard was willing to allow its customers to engage in now in terms of crypto. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP, the ETFs. Now, they don't offer their own products like BlackRock does, but Vanguard will let you purchase shares in these ETFs as if you're buying it through Wells Fargo or something. So this is huge. Now, when you look at the timing of it, it just seems awfully convenient. It's almost like, I don't want it during the rally. I'm going to make sure it dumps majorly first. When everybody's freaked out, that's when I'm going to give the green light. So this makes me feel good. Now, I know according to the 4-year cycle, which has collapsed like 2 months early, according to the 4-year cycle, next year should be garbage. 2026 is a dump year. And that's when you're looking to buy at half price. But then I'm looking at, do we get a complacency bounce, a relief rally? And if so, where does that go? Well, some people are thinking, hey, this is like a head and shoulders here, and we're going to get something like that. Okay, so you get back up to, 100K or so, bump your head and get rejected? Sure. But does it take to July to happen? I hope not. I'm not going to wait around that long in a long, right? So the plan was to at least get your monthly retrace here, all right? So the November is right now 96,000 or so. And so everybody's saying, hey, we're going down to 50K, we're going to 70K, whatever it is. We're done. But this big white line, this is not just any old VWAP. This is the 2024 year-to-date VWAP. That's a big boy. Now, just like with weekly and monthly VWAPs, you retest the previous one, right? This is the yearly for 2024. We almost retested it in April of this year. Remember, we have the whole year of 2025 to retest 2024. And we got it right at the end, the buzzer, end of November. And so I saw us bounce off of this. And I go, oh man, we're good. But then, manipulation. It killed that bounce right here. I'm going, we're going to mid-90s, high 90s, 100K easy. I can get out of some of these bad positions. No, get rinsed. And then Vanguard capitalizes on it like it was all part of the plan. We do have some good news, but it's countered by scary news. So everybody thinks that the Fed is going to lower interest rates December 10th. I'm one of those people. Initially, we had a little fright that maybe they wouldn't because of lack of data from September or October or something. I thought that was stupid. They were always going to lower interest rates, according to me, in December. That's a given. And the market is catching up to where I was thinking. This should be 99.9%, okay? So that's good. The problem is the Bank of Japan. So they've been offering cheap money. The carry trade, the Japanese carry trade, right? That's going to unwind in reverse. So Japan has to raise their interest rates. And the world's been living high on the hog on cheap Japanese money, artificially inflating the stock market and the crypto market. Well, that money's not going to be free anymore. There's going to be some interest on there. And so everybody has to lower their positions back to reality a little bit. And that's going to cause some fright, okay? It's not just crypto that's going to take a hit. Everybody's going to take a hit. What kind of stocks we got in here? Google. Everybody's getting rinsed, okay? Gee whiz. CoreWeave. Oh! This is me losing both my balls on this one. That one was rough. Palantir taking a dip. I mean, all the big boys, it's not guaranteed anymore. So my calls are a little, we're getting close to the end here. I'm not sure what to do. Either I roll them a little further, my bail takes some money, but it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be right towards the end. And a lot of it is because of Japan having to do what it has to do. They're like, listen, man, we got crazy debt. The Bank of Japan is operating, their debt is like 3 times their GDP. They have to raise rates. They can't not do it. And so, although Jerome Powell is going to lower our rates, the Bank of Japan is going to raise theirs, and it's kind of like canceling each other out. JPMorgan has also been attacking MicroStrategy. They're trying to get them off the MSCI list. That's kind of like if you're on the MSCI, major players like Vanguard retirement accounts just automatically invest in you. But JPMorgan is warning that MicroStrategy delisting risk. They're being delisted from the major equity indices. That's JPMorgan making sure that happens. And this goes much deeper. It's about who has more power, the Fed or the government, when it comes to controlling our money. The central banks or the U.S. government. Who should have more control over our money? And this goes much deeper than just Bitcoin and MicroStrategy. Ran over at Crypto Banter. The guy's kind of a mixed bag in my opinion, but this was really well done. He summarized all this information into an easy to understand video. There are serious stakes going on right now. And if anything, I can see why a lot of big players are closing their JPMorgan Chase accounts over this. And so it's worth watching. It's called Inside the Coordinated Attack Against Bitcoin and Crypto. Good video. I think I have it on, yeah, it's on my Twitter here. Just a quick link. So the targets, let's just go into some trades real quick. Zcash, gee whiz. You have this parabolic move of plus 1,700%, right? What the hell was this? Ridiculous, okay? Now, if this was on, if we were zoomed in on a low time frame, this is some shit coin. If you get a parabolic move like this, usually you give up at least half of it before you come back to reality and either can continue going up or down. So you're going to give up 50 to 70%, almost like you're launching an IPO, okay? Let's see where it is right now. You've given up 56%. This could be enough. I think 300 to 315 is a nice long entry. Right now we're at 350. We're getting a little bounce off the year-to-date anchored VWAP. This is either the long of the century, like the biggest winner you've ever had, long and from here, or, and that's the end. So maybe set your stop. Like if you're going to enter long on Zcash, now you don't have to do anything I say, but I'm looking to long from between like 300 and 315. Just to see. Maybe it works. I mean, this is a macro 618, year-to-date VWAP, yellow X manipulation. There's yellow X's to clear all over the damn place. I think this one can recover. If I'm wrong, whatever. You set a stop loss down here somewhere. 270, okay? But this could be a juicy long. Are we going to all-time highs? I don't think so. But, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't clear some of these. 550, 560, not that hard to do. So Zcash is still interesting to me. I do need to see at least a green dot on the daily. But we got snake eyes on the 6 hour. That's nice. Money flow still sucks. 4 hours. We're like down in the dumps here. I mean, I don't know how much lower you can go on that. It's trying, okay? Tau, the bullish narrative on this is their halving event is in 8 days. And so you should buy it. The bearish narrative is their halving event is in 8 days and it doesn't fucking matter. It's going to zero anyway. So pick a side and go for it. BNB, a lot of these coins just have this simple idea of big clump of yellow X's on the 1 minute. And that's your target to get back to. So like you look for this move right around where these yellow X's are. And almost every coin worth a damn has a setup like that. Some of them are already catching up. So this one, nice bounce for Ethereum. You're looking to get back to, what is this? 3,000, easy. Back to 3K, that's what the yellow X strategy would tell you to do, but we're in a big downtrend market-wide. So just be careful. You want to have some more confluence rather than just a yellow X, okay? Now, when you're super bullish, the yellow X strategy just prints money. It's like 98% success rate. But in a major downtrend, a market-wide downtrend, the yellow X is just a point of confluence. It's not as successful, okay? So don't go all in thinking you're going straight to a yellow X, because you may not. All right, now Solana. Oh, we're at a scary spot here. We're at a scary spot. Yeah, look at all these yellow X's. Holy cow. Just market-wide manipulation. The target, the easy one, is like, what is this? Right about here. 136, 137. You're also kind of running into, what VWAP is that? Near the monthly there. 147. I don't know if I go that high, but you got 137, 147. Looks like we're asking too much. 137 shouldn't be too bad, but you're at the 786. You're just kind of barely clinging on to life. If you lose this for real, and the daily ain't looking too good, I mean, I'd be on the lookout for $100 Solana. $100. Whoo, mama. Yeah, or this could be just a big range and you're fine, but you need some help. ASTER disaster. What is this? Come on, man. That's a shame. XRP, similar story. Not looking too hot. You're at kind of like, hang on a second. What do we got here? Where's my box? You could bounce out of here. We've done it multiple times. But if you lose this, your downside target's like 170, 160. Yeesh. Hype. Losing some hype. Sui is the most confused coin lately. What the heck? You're just flopping and groping out here. I wouldn't be surprised if you went back to $1 or worse. I don't know. So, look. We've been heavily manipulated. This is a rough day, no matter who you are. These are good projects, dude. These are strong projects, and they're just getting smashed. And not to say that it's over, but look at this. This is a nice one. AAVE. Clump of yellow X's up here. You're looking for high 170s, 180. As soon as you get a breath of fresh air, you're there easily. Okay, you got another one up here that remains uncleared. Top of the candle body is 184. Okay, AAVE, not bad. Now, that's still going back a little bit. We're going to need some higher time frame support. You got a big green dot on the 4 hour. RSI is coming back to life. All right, not bad. Yeah, so the yellow X strategy on this is you've left some big ones behind here. 207. This one got cleared. Let me remove that. 272 left behind. So this is what I'm saying. Like, the yellow X strategy can get ignored if your downtrend is strong enough. So I'm not going to ask for this stuff up here, all right? I'm just asking for the ones that are right across the street. 184, just clear back what we lost today. Not that hard. Little scalp longs, okay? AVAX, rest in peace, my brother. Sorry about that. Chainlink, similar story, getting rinsed. Could you go back to $8? Yeesh. Okay, so you got some volume here at the high 10s. Little bouncerino at 11, perhaps. We're getting close to that. I'd be looking for some help here pretty soon. But overall, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these look like it's either the best long opportunity ever or it's just dead. Like you're right where you go, hey, we get some help, or you just die, and that's the end. Now, wherever you enter, that's up to your strategy. But a lot of these charts look similar. Where you see the last few times we got in this range, it took some time, okay? This is a couple months. But you could potentially get a really nice bounce from Chainlink here. Not financial advice, but a lot of these look like this. This is Doge. Same kind of scenario, man. PEPE, dusting this old coin off. I mean, we got stuff on here from a long time ago. I haven't traded PEPE in a long time, but oh boy. Okay, so how's old Trump doing? He's dead. That's the end of that. Monero's been all right. She's been fighting back. Let's see. Anchor trigger to the downside on the daily. Looking a little iffy. But I don't want to try to chart a bunch of stuff after a manipulative, fearful day like we just had. I think we lead up to the rate cuts for, when is that? The 10th? We lead up to the rate cuts. I think you get some help. And then when the cut occurs, you get dumped on. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. Ooh, we're back. Oh, we're so back. And that's the end of it. For the end of the year, the Santa rally is at to 94,000. That's the most I can hope for. Maybe you tap this November VWAP when it comes down a little lower, around 95. But I'm going to be like that because I want to be proven wrong. I want to enter a short right here, and it just goes... and then everybody gets even better Christmas presents. I want that to happen, but don't tell anybody. I'm going to assume that we just get wrecked again, all right? Now, if you see Market Cipher and you're like, how does this guy know about all these yellow X's? How does he know about manipulation versus just nonsense Twitter postings? That's from Market Cipher. Market Cipher A and B is fantastic. The DBSI, I'm using this every day. So you can get that at marketciphertrading.com. I have a discount code now. It's in the description. You go to pricing, and then down here you click whatever one you want. Damn, we're doing half off already? You put in Crypto Guy, OTI. Apply that coupon and you get 25% off. Bam! Now, I don't know if you're poor, you're trying to feed your kids for Christmas, I don't blame you. But if you still got some money left, and you're a serious trader, and you don't just want an indicator package, you want to hang out with a crew of dedicated day trader psychos that are trading their strategies, Market Cipher's for you. Most of the value of Market Cipher for me is hanging out on the Discord, because everyone in there paid good money for Market Cipher. It's not cheap, because neither is a Porsche. You are separated from the goons when you pay that entrance, and you're hanging out with the real traders. And I learn from them every day. So a lot of them are on YouTube, and they're great to follow, but sometimes these guys don't want a YouTube channel. They just put a chart in the Discord, and you're like, hey, this guy's brilliant. Who is this guy? And then you catch a nice trade. So 25% off Market Cipher. Use Crypto Guy OTI as your code. Join me on Instagram, Crypto Guy OTI on there as well. You can DM me. We can voice note back and forth with whatever your ideas are. I'm primarily trading Bitcoin and Zcash right now, but I've showed you essentially the same setup for everybody. Like, you got a ton of yellow X's on the 1 minute chart, and you know, You're looking to clear some of these. I mean, there's so many that look like this, but you won't see this if you don't have Market Cipher A, at least. God bless you all, and good luck to you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then.